Hey everybody, Garrett with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at some setups we had in gold this morning. You can see that in the overnight session, gold had pushed down and it pushed right down to the 50 EMA. You can see the 50 EMA and the 200 EMAs are significant support and resistance on these 30-minute charts. You can see gold pushed right down to the 50, poked under a little, closed back above it, poked under it again, closed back above it, touched it, closed back above it. Didn't quite touch it there, but again, closed back above it, pulled all the way back down, touched it again, closed back above it, touched it again, closed back above it, and then just kind of went sideways into the U.S. session. You can see we just kind of doji right here, showing sideways compression going into the U.S. session. The U.S. pit opened, and gold pushed down, again, under the 50 EMA, but then left this bottoming tail and this strong bullish bar to the upside. So it pushed under the EMA, couldn't close under there again. We were in compression. We actually marked this on the Renko charts. Strong bullish bar to the upside, triggering this break of compression, and caught a nice push up in gold right here. Hit significantly overvalued on the value charts, pulled back, consolidated a little bit, set up the bull flag, triggered that to the upside. And you could see at this point we were starting to get extended. The low to the high in gold had already moved $25. You can see we were leaving these topping tails on these 30-minute bars. We had hit significantly overvalued 3 bars in a row. And by the time we got to this reversal doji right here, gold was running out of steam. Again, we'd hit significantly overvalued 3 times in a row, leaving topping tails, and then set up a reversal doji. So this was a good high probability short trade because we know at the very least we're probably going to get a little bit of a pullback when that reversal doji triggers, because again we were extended and we were showing signs of weakness. Again, leaving topping tails on all these bars, set up the reversal doji, and at the same time we actually triggered a trend reversal breakout on the Renko chart, and I'll show you that in a minute. And it was part of this bar right here. So the trend reversal breakout was part of the reversal doji that had set up. So it was even a higher probability that when this triggered, we were probably going to get a push down because we had already made a reversal pattern on the shorter time frame Renko chart. And this is what that looked like on the Renko chart. You can see this is that compression that we drew in coming into the U.S. session that broke to the upside, pulled back to the 18. We had all of our moving averages were in alignment. The price was above the cloud. Smooth 50 was above the cloud. 50 SMA above the smooth 50. 34 EMA above the 50 SMA. 18 EMA above the 34 EMA. Nice separation right here, showing a strong trend to the upside. The momentum, MQ momentum, fast and slow line were both above the 0 line. So we had positive momentum, breaking out of compression, strong bullish bar on the 30-minute chart. So good confirmation right here. Made the wick off the 18 with the Trender Pro 2.0 signal bar, pushed up. Potentially, depending on how you were managing your runner, could have got at least $500 per contract off on your runner there. We made the pullback, set up another Trender Pro 2.0 signal off the 18. Again, another strong push up. We were still bullish on the 30-minute chart. And again, another potential to grab at least 50 ticks or $500 per contract, again, depending on how you were managing your runners. And then by the time we got here, we actually got some more setup to the upside, but you can see momentum was weakening at this point. We were pushing higher, but momentum was weakening as we were pushing higher. So no really good setups there. And then right in here is where we consolidated a little bit, triggered that bull flag, that second bull flag. Another push higher, could have grabbed another 40 ticks or $400 per contract off on that trade. And gold actually continued to push a little higher, but same thing. Momentum just wasn't confirming our move higher, and we were starting to get extended at that point. And gold, you can see, was pushing higher to sideways, but momentum was just weakening as this was all pushing higher. We triggered the trend reversal breakout right here. You can see we're making higher highs, higher lows, set up a pivot. Wasn't a lower pivot low. Our previous pivot low was back here. Set up the pivot, set up a lower pivot high, triggered this to the downside, and then as that was triggering, when this came to conclusion, is about the time that 30-minute reversal doji was setting up. 30-minute reversal doji triggered, and then we got a nice push to the downside off of the 30-minute reversal doji. Possibility grab at least $400 per contract here. You may have got stopped out on 5-bar rule on this one. Re-entered off of the 18 Trend Pro 2.0 signal, and then we were just trailing pivots because at this point we were very bearish. We had a strong bearish 30-minute bar. Everything had crossed to the downside now. Price was under the cloud, smooth 50 under the cloud, 50 SMA under the smooth 50, 34 EMA under the 50 SMA, 18 under the 34. Nice separation. Had a nice pullback. Right here we set up a double wick with a momentum reset, and you had a nice strong push to the downside. Pull back, set up another Trend Pro 2.0 signal off the 18 for another strong push to the downside. Our downside target was actually 1762.10. Broke underneath that just a little bit. By that point, we were hitting significantly undervalued on the 30-minute value charts, and gold ultimately ended up going back the other way fairly strongly. Actually made a pretty strong move back to the other side. But we had a really nice compression break at the open for a nice push to the upside, and then we triggered that 30-minute reversal doji for a really nice push to the downside. So some really nice setups, some good trading in gold this morning.